Okay, 8 o'clock Sunday. I got a couple more hours worth of work. I'm going to call it a day. But we've got the horn light assembly off. And what I'll show you here, this is the original here for 38. This is an sometime replacement, who knows when. These would be post-war replacements here. So the bike was used heavily during its early life. And highlight of the day is this is now mounted, sort of. At least the holes are drilled. Now, as I made the earlier video with the 40 trim, if you'll notice, this is out of center. This was factory done, and they didn't care about things like center. They just sent it out down the road. So I made it as centered as I could, equal to everything. So it's off. But so I got to make a gasket, get the proper length screws, all the usual stuff. So this is the Buck Rogers ornament, which I had for quite some time, waiting to put it on this motorcycle. And very happy with how it's looking. So now, irregardless of the fact that this didn't have a gasket when they put it on, or at least today, I'm going to try and make a gasket for this because it doesn't mount perfectly flush. Real typical. It's curved, but not quite curved enough because they just, for any bike, you know. So I wanted to make it a universal mount. So my screws are the right thread, but I don't have ones with, once I put a gasket and all the lock washers and sort of stuff, quite long enough. So I'm going to get some other screws. And so that's that. The way things are going, I'll probably be really lucky to get the fender off today. It takes a lot of work to get stuff that's been together for close to 100 years off a motorcycle. This motorcycle is 78 years old, remember that. And who knows when the last time that horn was completely off like that. It's been a very long time. So that's that. That's the update on this here. And I have to go to Arizona for a couple of days. I'm going to bring the lights, which we have now cleaned. These are the contentious lights. I believe these are the Harley accessory lights. I've got a catalog on the way that should be proof of them. And the word everybody says is that these were originally riveted. So, there doesn't appear to be any wear marks like it was loose and vibrating. And mine have screws that are magically all the same screws. And these are really stupid, light, like eggshell bodies, Tom Faber called them. We're talking on Instagram. I'm wondering if some of these came with these screws instead of the rivets. It's too magical that they're all basically the same age, same screws, and to pull out a rivet out of this body, even with a sharp drill, is not an easy feat. These are incredibly fragile. That's why there's so few of them around today. So I'm looking for more lights like this. These are brass, that's all verdigris. And I cleaned up a little bit here. I couldn't, you're not going to see this because of the mounts. I mean, it's just so little chrome, I instantly went into brass. It's like there's no chrome there. It's just such a light flashing with chrome, so I can't clean them up. So they're going to go on the bike back like that, nice and clean. But these still have the, the original. These are these lights. This is the these wiring. These were on the bike from new. So the lights that were on this bike, most likely originally, and I'm sure he had quite a few, were all of that variety. As I mentioned in an earlier video, that probably a light here, possibly a light here, or at least some kind of cool reflector. I'm not sure what. And probably off the seat here. I mean, obviously had a buddy seat at one time. So, just from the wear marks, that's not a solo seat. The solo seat we have, for those of you who haven't seen the videos, this is what it came with. It's a very cool seat. It was rock hard. We've picarded the shit out of this thing, and now it's soft and pliable. It has this very cool sticker on the back. So that's what we're going to put back on it. I'm quite certain the condition of the bike that this seat did not come on the motorcycle originally. So our front crash bar, which I thought as much, we have areas of very bad chrome here. And when I cleaned it up, bare metal, which is why it got painted. So this here, if I can't find one for now, I can use at least that crash bar there. But I'm going to, one of the reasons I'm going to Arizona is I have some people over there, and I'm going to ask them, hey, if you know somebody, maybe we can do some trading. So that's that. So we're in Hunto, so I'll be gone for a couple of days so I can get back to this. Hopefully I can get this fender off tonight. Get everything cleaning. So our horn's sitting over here, and all our brake stuff here. It's all over here waiting. And that's where this little bike is at. When I get back to it and get back at it, I'm just going to put as much aside as possible and get this bike done, hopefully in time for Dixon. I'm going to do my best. But done in time for Dixon or not, this is full focus. This is a memory of my bear doodoo. It's got to have one of these beautiful motorcycles done in honor of Bear, and this is the closest one. So I've got to pull the clutch. I've got to pull the kicker cover. I got to put a main seal in the tranny, and I've got to pull the oil pump. It's just puking oil everywhere. So I've got to refine a sonic cleaner. Mine seems to have disappeared after my arrest and problem some years back, and I can't find it. But this is a good test to see if my solvents with the sonic cleaner will work. I've got a backup and a West pump that's CAD, correct 38 pump. I've got this beautiful silver pump, which I'm hoping is original silver, but it may not be. There's no way to know for sure, and I can guess. I'm hoping it is, but we'll find out. And if it is, it'll have heavier, harder to remove paint than just somebody's spray can job. And we'll see what we get out of a sonic cleaner. We gotta yank the whole fork off. I'm going to disassemble the fork so that we can clean up in here properly. See what we actually have, see how worn these are or are not. They're probably in good shape, but we want to know it's done. It'll last another 100 years with care once I clean this bike up. So that way everything's greased here, everything's greased here. We're going to go ahead and use our marine grease and last when we assemble it. And here's our front wheel here. So that's that. That's where everything's at on this machine. And I would venture that this front brake drum is probably NOS when it went on the bike this time around with the wheel. There's no way it lasted in that kind of shape with the correct stamped brake drum with the rotting that happened everywhere else. So that would have been an NOS brake drum. Common stuff once upon a time. So I can't think of anything else I need to say at this particular moment. So the big adventure, this was, you know, the rough part was just pulling it apart because it was so frozen. It's not that difficult to get apart. Problem is it's all frozen. That's what takes time. So that's going to be a real adventure when I get to all of this, because to get that kicker cover off, I've got to pull the whole exhaust off. I've only got maybe a thread or so left here, and I've got a much better one of these. So all this whole section of the bike's got to come apart. But real happy with where we're at so far, and I will see you guys on the next video. Bye-bye.